Alright, so welcome back. I decided to break the rest of episode 12 into 3 more parts. So we're going to have B, C, and D. And hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you enjoy this new format we're kind of trying. And last time we left our heroes, we were talking about Batman versus Superman again.
I'm just going to talk about this Martha thing. I was talking to a guy at work about it.
Because no one has before.
They literally... I mean, if we just talk about the whole movie...
Go for it.
In no way... It would have been more impactful. And something I didn't realize until this guy had told me about it at work. But, like, I was like... He wouldn't have said, like... Martha.
Yeah, he wouldn't have said Martha. He would have said Mom.
He said, say my mom. But if he had said, say my mom, that's so much more impactful.
It would have worked better.
All of a sudden, Ben Affleck is like... You have a mom, like you're human, like you think you have a mom on this, or you know,
where he basically is just saying, if you kill me, please save my mom.
He could have, if he had clarified, he could have said, save my mother. Her name's Martha Kent. Because he don't know.
See, just...
The thing is, I actually like the idea behind the Martha thing.
I like the idea behind that moment because it
just that makes it suck worse though because it could have been good.
Right.
It's more like Batman just being like, "Why'd you say that name?" Instead of like, "You have a mom, like you're human." Like,
there's a video I need to share to you.
I may have already.
Rant and Bollocks.
I don't remember.
There's a fantastic British channel. They talk about comic book movies. It's called Rant and Bollocks, and I think it's just Batman versus Superman. Almost like a video essay where he basically says, I'm not changing any main events of the script.
Yes, I saw it.
Okay, so you have seen it? Yeah. I cried.
Was he was he the one who talked about how basically...
changing a few moments.
It's just like Zack Snyder films only moments without filming scenes.
Right.
Yeah.
But he was basically saying like...
Totally put his entire career together in my mind.
Which is why 300 works, because 300 is moments.
It was just simple enough. It's just, guys, fight.
Sucker Punch was literally moments, and that's why Sucker Punch, I think, is great. It's very underrated, especially the director's cut. It's way better. It's also rated R, so they don't cut away from any of the kills, which was weird. It's like this movie where it's like, this is PG-13 just because we're not seeing anything happen.
Yeah, I grew up watching Disney Channel. I wanted to watch Vanessa Hudgens die.
So any Vanessa Hudgens fans out there that listen to this...
You know, she's like apparently like 3 feet tall. She's apparently like immensely short.
I probably wouldn't recognize her
She's not
in
3
public.
feet.
No, you're thinking of the other one. One of them is like notoriously short.
No, Vanessa Hudgens is really short. I think she's like 4'11" or something.
I'd walk by her, look at her, think,
okay.
That was a lot like Steve
Tom
Martin.
Cruise is like 5'4", dude.
He's like
5'6". I think he's like 5'6" or 5'7". I exaggerate.
Vanessa Hudgens is 5'1", and the blonde chick is like 4'11".
Ashley Tisdale?
Yeah.
I mean,
my ex...
I can see that. Ashley Tisdale was like...
Yeah, because she was like...
She was shorter than Zack and Cody at some point.
Yeah.
And they ain't no one shorter than Zack and Cody.
She used to...
Nobody!
My girlfriend used to say that she had like
okay, we get it. You have a
dwarf.
girlfriend.
Yeah, but I don't anymore, so that's not something I'm bragging about.
Dude, Jacob, how have we not talked about... We've managed to not talk about anything from the 90s.
Oh, no, wait, she's 5'3". Never mind.
And I'm wearing a shirt that says 90s Kid in the Rugrats logo.
I can't believe we survived that. To clarify, me and Jacob used to have a radio show, a college radio show.
This is cathartic for me, by the way, because I haven't done this in a long time.
Yeah. We should do it again. This shouldn't be the only episode.
Yeah.
Dallas made a weird noise.
I'm sure they heard it. I was like right next to the mic.
Anyway, we had a radio show with Wesley, and multiple times we had a 90s night. I think just because we were looking for excuses to have nostalgic catharsis.
And because I really I'm not kidding about liking
Jacob's
to make lists.
borderline a historian for
I like
that
to
decade.
make playlists also. Like any kind of list I like, and playlists count.
Yeah.
And that was just
It was a way to make themed playlists, and also we would just talk about stuff from the 90s.
We went a half hour over.
Yeah,
every time.
And the people who listened said that was your best episode ever, and I was like, hey, let's milk that.
Speaking of milk, Oreo O's. They existed in the 90s.
Yeah,
Here we are.
They came back. I can't find them again.
What? They were.
I feel like someone's trying to kill me by driving me psychologically insane. Not like the other kind of insane you can drive someone.
Physically insane.
I'm physically insane.
You're just like trapped inside this body that's going crazy.
Oh my god, that's horrifying.
I think that's like
you freaked
real
yourself out. Pretty sure it's real.
Disability.
Yeah, no, there's
Isn't that what Michael J. Fox has?
No, he has.
Michael J. Fox, you're fine. Don't listen to him.
I like Michael J. Fox. I literally liked him in Frighteners, but he
Dude, he was one of the
wouldn't
best
trust him
Scrubs
to hand me a
episodes.
soda. That's all I'm saying.
Gosh. And one of the best Boston Legal episodes.
Wait,
I didn't see that one.
Arc.
In
Actually.
Scrubs?
Oh yeah, he was the germaphobe.
God, that moment when he just loses it. It's so good.
Yeah.
He picks like a really bad profession to be a germaphobe. Isn't he a germaphobe in Scrubs too?
I think he had OCD. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, because he's constantly.
He couldn't
You
leave.
see him
He
at
had
the end
to
of the
keep
episode
flipping the switch.
switching the
That's what
lights.
it was,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's such a good episode. Him and Brendan Fraser had complete knockout episodes, and then both of them disappeared.
Yeah.
Well, Brendan
I'm-
Fraser on the show had a reason for his disappearance.
Okay, yeah. No, I'm saying disappeared from like
Oh, yeah.
the public
So-
eye is what I'm talking. I'm not talking about in the show.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
overall.
Speaking of which, recently I rewatched something that is just moved its way up to my number 1 rated underrated movie,
My man.
Oh boy.
George of the Jungle. It holds up in every way.
I fell asleep during that, and when I was a kid, I remember very specifically. It's the only movie I've ever fallen
Dallas
asleep
was a really cruddy child that no one wanted to be friends with.
That is a genuinely funny movie.
Yeah, no, it is. It holds up.
It's got the lowbrow stuff for kids in there, fart jokes and like nut shots.
But it's
with
also super
coconuts.
meta.
and
Yeah.
cakes.
Yeah. That's what trained
that-
Jacob to become the man he is today.
That narrator is
Is
just-
excellent.
And I still want to pick up a phone one day and scream like he did at Ursula's mother. Pick up the phone! I can't do his yell, but oh my gosh.
Dude, Dudley Do-Right was pretty good too.
Yeah.
The best part of Dudley Do-Right is the fact that Alfred Molina is Snidely Whiplash and nails every second of that role.
Who dares?
Yeah, he was in Justice League Dark.
Have you seen that?
No.
They like burst into Felix Faust's house, and it's just the shot of his face turning, and he's just like, "Who dares?"
And it's Alfred Molina, and he has like excellent line delivery.
It's like so funny and loud too.
Yeah. Anyway, we were talking about
The 90s?
the 90s.
Or
You were
the
just talking about
radio
like
show?
you were talking about like the radio show. Anyway, that ran its course. We basically got out when the getting was good because once it actually got bought back by the school after KSU's hostile takeover, they give it a bunch of these regulations and you had to like actually have time to like do commercials and stuff. And I was like, I'm sure glad I'm gone.
Yeah.
Like that would have
Because we just wouldn't have.
No, we wouldn't have. It would have broken my heart to actually be kicked out of it. It was best that I just got kicked out of the entire school before it happened.
Yeah.
For context, I didn't actually get kicked out.
Yeah, it was when KSU took over.
Yeah.
For any of you Kennesaw State University students, I almost said fans. Fans or students. I hated how all the KSU students, I'm actually about to not attack them, but I hated how they were all like, it's just, we're merging schools, it's not a big deal. And I'm like,
No, it was a hostile
it is a big
takeover.
deal. Yeah,
And the
like-
guy who did it got caught embezzling thousands of dollars from the situation.
Embezzle's a fun word.
It is, yeah, I like saying embezzle.
Yeah.
Oh, and
I
for all
look
you
for every
for all you people who threatened to move to Canada after November, he committed and left the school.
Oh, I was like, where is he? I was like, this is actually getting political.
No, the people who actually said they were going to leave SVSU because
no,
of
I
the
know.
hostile takeover.
I was comparing it to real world events.
Yeah, he was
You left too.
That was for a different reason.
Well, so was
The
mine.
takeover.
Actually, no, mine was actually because my major was disappearing and I was going to lose
before
credits.
the takeover, though.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I was leaving because they were actually going to... some of my credits were just going to evaporate from my major.
Wait, did New Media Arts disappear?
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay.
And I had to... It got changed to, like, liberal arts, which is not the same thing. Less of the stuff is irrelevant now.
I just go to my advisor. Where are conservative arts? I want to paint heavily clothed women, please.
They're very fiscally...
Fiscally responsible women. Very heavily clothed.
God, ever since Jacob's been in conservative arts, he's been talking with that stupid accent.
Poor people.
You wanna go to Waffle House, Jacob? I wanna go to IHOP.
On Free Pancake Day, I do.
Yes. Because that's when it's affordable.
Glasses off your head.
Oh, we took them off. Glasses off.
Game has
It's
changed.
the equivalent of Ash Ketchum turning his head around. I couldn't do that because it just looks stupid.
He put the glasses on backwards.
Man, we really need a camera for our live.
I think
Or
when we're
our
doing stuff like
in-person.
that, for like in person, like more than 2 people, absolutely, we should get something set up. But my camera can't do it. I've already tried. Tried to do a little thing with my sisters where it was like they show me something that they're into, which is like K-dramas, Korean dramas.
Yeah.
They're like they were gonna.
Freaking
Is everything
Caramoos.
from Korea just put K in front of it?
Yeah, apparently
K-pop?
that's what they do. And
K
they-
nukes.
they're-
K child slaves.
Jesus, what?
They do have, yeah.
South Korea!
Oh,
South Korea, dude. Obviously,
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know
Starcraft.
North Korea does stuff too.
Is that,
North
is that
Korea
the
does
game?
not have dramas.
They just fired. Yeah, they
They
are a drama.
Anyway, I was gonna try to show like that, and like they would.
TNT.
Making some edgy North Korea jokes. They had it coming.
I'll tell you what. Any North Koreans that listen to us,
How are you doing this? I'm so glad you got out. How did you get internet? How did you find us?
Please reach our signal and ask for help if you can hear.
We can help you. We can call someone who might. I don't know.
oh, wait, that's not Korean. That's Morse code.
That's how they speak. Anyway, they'll show me. They were going to show me an episode of a K drama and get my reaction from it, and then I was going to show them like a WWE fight because
KWW.
they don't understand that either. So I was like, it was something we were both KWW.
It wasn't that funny.
I liked it.
Dude, the Japanese
Well,
circuit,
Shut up then.
the Japanese WWE is lit. It is really
Oh
good.
yeah, they're crazy. They actually
Yeah.
kill people.
Okay, not recently.
Oh, I may have been watching.
I would,
No, but some of their acrobatics
That
is
reminded-
like Lucha Underground too.
that reminded me of Blades of Glory. With the version who gets
This-
their head
yeah,
cut
it
off.
cuts their head off,
The
yeah.
Iron Lotus. I remember
a good movie.
too much about that movie.
I
It's
haven't-
probably not a good movie.
I think I saw it once and I thought it was
I
kind
like
of
it.
alright.
I mean, I also enjoy the Love Guru low key.
I haven't
For,
even
like-
watched the
for,
Love
like,
Guru.
I
and
didn't like it.
it's just bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
John Oliver is one of the best actors in that movie, so that's how you know.
Good
it's bad.
lord! I know
It's the current year, Tim. You haven't seen Love Guru?
what was it? Oh yeah, no, that was our
know.
idea for a show, and it didn't work because the camera I have will cut off every 10 minutes.
The camera we use for short films?
Yeah,
Short films.
we've never used
under
it.
10 minutes.
We've never needed a 10-minute cut. Not our complete videos aren't even 10 minutes.
We aren't Joss Whedon.
So we never ran into that. We're not Joss Whedon. I thought this whole time Dallas just ripped his face off for no reason. It's horrifying.
did?
There's blood everywhere.
If we're Joss Whedon collectively, our podcast need. Wow.
What happens if we all touch
I'm just
hands?
so like presumptuous.
Touch hands.
Touch
When they
hands.
turn into
Like
Joss
in the
Whedon.
Britannic video.
Yes, we have to get in.
Oh man, we're Caitlyn Jenner.
Hang on, I
What?
just turned into 3 ugly dudes and a dog.
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot about that video.
Hey, let's not make references and not explain them, or just move on from them.
We'll link the
Britannic video.
Yeah.
With Nathan Fillion.
Hey, speaking of tank kicking, you ever play Tank Monopoly?
Whoa, wait! I forgot about Taint Monopoly.
Yeah, you forgot about it last time I mentioned it to you. Well, you had never seen it, had you?
No,
Yeah.
not
Taint
when you
Monopoly.
first showed it to me, and I was like, "Whoa! How did I miss this one?" I thought I had watched every other video, and then I hadn't seen
I always
that
forget
one.
how that one goes, and it's just him on the phone, like listing a bunch of crazy stuff.
Yeah, he's like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna bring the cocaine. He's like, no cocaine. He's like, what about Taint Monopoly?
yeah.
And then like,
That's one of the earlier ones.
Yeah.
It was post Herpex though.
Herpex was their first one, right?
If
I
not,
don't
then very
remember that
close
one.
to their first one.
You don't remember Herpex? It made them teleport. It was supposed
And
to be
did-
treatment for herpes, but it didn't treat herpes. It just gave them the semi-controllable ability to teleport.
Britannic is a YouTube channel.
Y'all go check out Britannic and go check out Balloon Shop.
Nick. What-
Basically, nothing on either of those channels
Go
will
to the
be the
Homestar
wrong
Runner
thing to watch.
YouTube channel so it's accessible to you.
Right, and then maybe if you like those, go to HomestarRunner.com.
What was their names?
Brian and
What?
Nick.
Brian
What
and
was their
Nick?
last names?
Dude, I don't know. I don't
Brian
think I've ever
Luttrell and Nick Carter.
I was gonna say Nick.
Really?
Those
Nick
are Backstreet
Carter?
Boys.
No, those are Backstreet Boys.
Okay.
I was actually gonna say Nick Carraway, and then I was like, that's from Great Gatsby.
Nick Carter get like super arrested recently?
He got arrested for something.
Yeah, it's like he's getting put away.
Uh-oh. Is
Catch a
Aaron
Predator.
Carter going to steal the spotlight again?
No, Aaron Carter got arrested.
It was Aaron Carter. That's what it was. Yeah,
So,
he
yes.
got arrested. Yeah, he is going to steal the spotlight. I already did. He looks rough.
Yeah. He looks like he was a child star and then wasn't a star after being a child. You
Yo.
remember Billy
Wow,
Gilman?
it's like you were there.
You remember Anakin Skywalker who turned into Darth Vader? Man, that was a turn of events.
Star's gone wrong.
Yeah. No, but the kid who actually played Anakin Skywalker also got
Oh,
like
yeah.
a DUI.
Now this is what I call bond racing.
He also looked rough.
That's funny.
He looked like a child with a Lucifer mustache.
Hey, I'm confused on this one too.
Yeah, Anakin.
The
kid
actor
got
who
arrested.
played young Anakin, the one in episode 1, he got a DUI. And
Oh,
people
wait.
were saying,
So the post is now that's what I call pop.
it was now this
I just
is
hope.
Bond race.
I hope
That's it.
when he cranked
Every
his
time
car
you hit
that
that,
night.
it's heard now and it's
I'm
like,
sorry. I hope when he got in his car that night, he just screamed, "It's working!"
Because that's his life now, is just Anakin references.
Dude, I would be so sad if I played Anakin and then never became anything.
His only pickup line is, "Are you an angel?"
I mean, I'd use it all the time. I use it
Actually,
now.
that's
It
already
doesn't
just-
work.
It don't work. You ever seen episode 1? Episode 1 of what? This won't work.
Game of Thrones. I'm Arya Stark, the girl. Are you buying it? No.
Do you watch Game of Thrones?
Nope.
No,
What?
Well, no.
Ah,
That is a commitment.
Game of Thrones
It's so
fans have
good.
become the new vegans.
it's really
Which
good.
means Dallas turned into 2
Are
different
you-
vegans now.
You, an atheist, cross-fitting vegan fan of Game of Thrones?
I'm only 2 of those.
But yeah, the Game of Thrones thing, it's turned into a meme where it's like, I'm vegan. It's like, you should start watching Game of Thrones. I'm dropping stuff over here.
You posted something recently that
Yeah.
made me
Yeah,
laugh.
it was
I
literally
can't remember.
that. It was like,
It's
is anyone
really
a doctor?
good.
You should start watching Game of Thrones. It's really good.
It is really good, though.
I believe
I
it.
started watching it. I think I watched the first 3 episodes.
Oh, yeah, I gave you...
And then I never got around to finishing the rest. I need to watch Atlanta as well.
Yeah, I do too.
I believe it's good. Weirdly enough, just
It's a lot of seasons
The
and
uber
episodes.
popular shows.
It's only...
I just-
10 episodes each season.
I rarely go
Still,
after
it's a
them.
few seasons. And they're long episodes, aren't they?
Like 50 minutes.
Yeah, that's long. I'm used to watching 22-minute stuff.
Well, I mean, I was thinking Breaking Bad and stuff like that.
But like so
I need
many,
to finish that too!
You got through Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you can get through
so
Game
many
of Thrones.
people watch Game of Thrones and want to talk about it that it's
So
easier.
everything, like, yeah, what you're talking
And I
about.
want to avoid the conversations because it's such a broad fan base that I know there's too many annoying opinions about it out there. And I just,
That's an interesting point that I never thought about.
Actually, I haven't come across too
It's
many.
like when-
Most Game of Thrones
it's like
fans
when-
are like on the same
the
level.
worst.
it's like when people want to
But
talk
I mean,
about.
they're on the same page as far as like theories about the show and opinions on the show. Like,
I think that's also a bad thing. I don't like how all of them like it. I don't like how all Game of Thrones fans all love Game of Thrones. I haven't encountered one that has a dissenting opinion where it's like, I like this, then it got kind of bad, but now it's I'm liking
my
where it's
favorite show,
going now.
Friends, got not great in the latter seasons. It still made me laugh, but I can admit that.
no, Game of Thrones has been like great the whole time.
I'm going to tell you
Okay.
right now. No,
Okay.
see, that's why I don't trust any of the fans,
Because
and I think it's probably secretly trash because people are the same way about Walking Dead.
Yeah.
No, Walking Dead sucks. I'll tell you, Walking Dead sucks.
Okay, but you stopped watching Walking Dead. The people who are still watching Walking Dead all have loved every episode and every season. Think it's the best thing
Yeah,
ever.
but
Just
those
like
are-
Game of Thrones.
Most people who watch Walking Dead aren't into television and movies other than the
Well,
Walking Dead.
Same thing with Game of Thrones, too,
I
but
do
not for me.
find
Okay, you're okay.
I mean, that's
you
what I'm saying.
are the only exception.
Walking Dead fans
Paramore reference.
like
Done.
they'll
Cut
get
it.
into- they're I think they're starting to get self-aware or something or I
Who,
don't know.
Walking Dead fans?
But
They have no
not-
idea what's going on.
They're the
But, like,
Walking
they'll be
Dead.
like,
oh, edgy political commentary.
like they'll reference it like no this part wasn't bad. But once you get through that and then it's like but also like on the other side of that one good moment there's 10 more bad episodes. But once you get through
No,
that,
see, I can trust those people more though.
yeah. But they're still
Yeah, but that makes me
still
not wanna watch
defending it
Stop.
like kind of blindly as if they
It's kind of
they're
a bad
they're
defense.
aware of the problems and ignoring it.
Well,
I know a guy who
to be
literally-
fair, I'm still watching Naruto.
Wow.
And it's been bad for about 200 episodes. But supposedly eventually it gets really good again.
There is a point to where when you've just watched enough of something, you're like, I have to carry
Yeah.
this to the end. It's
Exactly.
It's kind of where I am with Transformers and Pirates of the Caribbean right now. If I'm being
I still haven't
honest.
seen the new Pirates, but I want to because
It's-
anything Javier Bardem is in, I'm like,
It's
all right, let's
fine.
do this.
Both of them.
I'm a pirate.
Obviously, the music's great, and
Yeah.
I mean it's fine.
If it had bad music, that would be like
I
a Sonic game. Not
I
having
feel
good
like
music.
Pirates of the Caribbean, like even the ones that I liked after the first one, I feel like they misinterpreted what we liked about
Yes.
the first one.
They made
Absolutely.
Jack Sparrow the main character in the new one.
Because,
didn't they?
yeah, the whole main character thing, but also they've made Captain Jack. I like the funny, but the funny needs to be blended with cool, and
Yeah.
he's just a comic character now.
he went from kind of an incidental badass,
And he was
who
tragic.
who was pretty funny, yeah, and tragic in the first movie, to basically a badass who knows every single move that everyone is going to make, but is still as annoying as an idiot.
Yeah.
He's young.
And this one he leans more. This one he leans more on the useless side. Oh, and there's
on.
a scene in this one that's this isn't my least favorite. Honestly, at this point they're all tied because I just keep looking at the first one, thinking about how much I love it.
I think the first one, and then on Stranger Tides,
Yeah,
or the second one,
which is
second
most
place.
people's least favorite.
Oh, it's
we
because-
are really in the minority.
Well, it's
on that.
because people have wrong
Yeah, I'm
opinions.
on. Hey,
But
we're all
there's,
together.
there's a scene in this one that is just the worst scene in the franchise. It's
Crap!
pointless. It's pointless.
Optimus
But
Prime comes down.
How long
But
is
it's
it?
not a bad
Is it
movie.
too long?
I really mean that. No,
My problem with
it doesn't feel long.
my problem with 2 and 3 is that they were so long, and neither of
Yeah.
them managed to be a complete story.
Yeah.
That
And
was like appalling.
They also fall victim to this thing that
spectacle creep.
franchises keep doing that annoy me. I've noticed it in Transformers, Pirates of the Caribbean, and all the X-Men movies, which is when the movie starts, I've basically missed an entire movie's worth of stuff in between.
Oh yeah, and it's like, how come I didn't see that stuff?
Yeah, that could have been a movie.
Especially when
Sounds
it's like,
interesting.
yeah, especially when it's like that sounded like it was more interesting than this.
What's good about the Marvel movies is, yes, time has passed, but they've picked up at a natural starting point when you see them again.
Right, and nothing super big has happened in between there. The movies
Yeah.
are the big events.
And then you've got to either have forced exposition to clear all these hurdles because
Right.
you want to tell this story instead of that one,
Yeah.
or you ignore it, which is the only thing I didn't like about Logan. I thought it was a great movie, but I didn't
But-
understand the world they were
Yeah,
in.
there's stuff you miss.
Yeah, because I'm not a comic book guy.
I
like
well,
it.
I don't even think you needed the comic books, and
Yeah.
I almost kind of liked the vagueness because
Yeah.
for me, I'm not necessarily convinced that the things that happened before Logan were more interesting than Logan turned
No,
out being.
I'm not either.
But in the beginning, I was like, well, what happened to him?
yeah,
They
and when they got
tell you.
when they got to the
It's not
maybe the
that clear,
dialogue
though.
just glossed over me, but when they got to like
But the thing is, I
spoiler alert, it just skip a few ahead. When they got to clone Logan, I was
X-24.
confused as to how, like, because I didn't know what the bad guys' motives fully were. I was really entertained just watching Logan and the kid, though,
Yeah.
truthfully, and that was awesome.
At some point, I had figured out that the thing I cared about in this movie was Logan's interaction with X-23 and that development and interaction. Like, that was what I cared about. So I was like, I'm sold completely on this dynamic. Like, putting Logan in a situation where he's having to be like a father figure. Like, that was excellent. So that was what I cared about when the movie ended, and the movie ends on that.
Yeah.
It ends about them two.
Yeah.
So I was like, that movie did exactly what it needed to do. It did exactly what it said it was going to do. It was fine that I didn't get all the universe stuff in the background because, honestly, that would have bogged it down.
I kind of need to see it again, I think, because
Absolutely,
I
you
was
should see it
looking
again.
for the universe stuff,
Right.
and I realized by the end, it's like, okay,
It's not about that.
I didn't need to be.
Yeah.
I really didn't need to be.
I've had that with,
But-
oh shoot, I had an
Before
example.
you say it, I was just gonna say, poor X-Men franchise though, because right when things got happy again at the end of Days of Future Past, just Logan happened. and it's
Everything
like,
goes wrong, yeah.
Apocalypse happened.
this is
before
the most
Logan.
unfortunate.
Yeah, but technically Days of Future Past happened after Apocalypse. It was almost like they saved that timeline.
Yeah.
But now this
They
timeline is
saved
screwed.
that timeline, wrapped it up, and then tacked Logan onto the end, and everyone we know is dead.
Yeah.
Well, Logan takes place in a different timeline than the
Does it?
Apocalypse, Days of Future Past, all of them.
Yeah.
They're not in the same
Well,
timelines.
Apocalypse and Days of Future Past are also in different timelines, aren't they?
Yeah, like Logan's in its
Oh,
own.
it's a-
Logan
it's
is
a
in its
third
own
one.
timeline.
You'll have
Yeah.
to figure it out. You're the Zelda fan. You can handle this.
I can handle anything timelines could throw at me.
Logan,
That was
Wolverine is Zelda. And no, I just did it.
you did it.
I did it.
You committed
I
the
did it.
sin.
Wolverine is Link in this timeline.
Right.
He's the only
one.
bridge.
He's the one that gets sent back.
His success determines the time.
I figured out my hypocrisy because I don't know if you noticed this, but within the past 3 or 4 days, I've stopped giving DC and Marvel a hard time about all the timelines and that I'm not keeping up with them because someone pointed out Zelda has one of the most confusing timelines ever, and I was like, I know all about it, so I should stop giving it a hard time. It's like, this is clearly not too big of a task.
Dude,
for me to
Avengers
overcome.
in 1 million BC looks awesome.
What?
Are
It
we
sounds like a good idea.
Are we
I
on
shared the
comics?
picture.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's Ghost Rider riding a woolly mammoth.
Oh my gosh!
Does the woolly mammoth catch on fire and speed
Yeah.
up?
Yes.
It's called Avengers in
Why are you riding a woolly mammoth if it isn't going to catch on fire and speed up? That's what they did.
What are you, an
we know
idiot?
that from. Jacob is just like,
Am I in an alternate timeline now? Where was the break?
that's what they can't. The wool on the mammoth of the woolly mammoth, it was flammable. It was
It was
kindling.
flint.
It's
No, you brought the
evolution.
flint. You
Flint Lockwood. Sorry, I can't say.
sudden cloudy with a chance of meatballs outburst. Those guys, those directors, are now off of Han Solo.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
But
I'm
Ron
not
Howard's
excited
on it.
for.
Yeah, I like Ron Howard.
I don't care.
Thing is about Ron Howard, he either misses or he makes a legendary
Or he makes
film.
Rush.
I
haven't
still
seen
haven't
that.
seen that.
It is phenomenal.
Or he
It's
makes
so good.
Apollo 13.
Yeah.
Or khakis. So real tracking back to the
He
thing
made
that I interrupted.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Yes,
The single greatest
the single most
Christmas film.
argued thing in my life is that movie.
Really?
Because there's so many people who hate it.
Well, so many people are wrong.
Yeah.
I know.
And deserve to be
But
euthanized.
I have to like stand up on tables and like kick children who don't like that movie.
Kick him in the taint.
You ever been tank
Put
kick
on,
kids?
put on your
You didn't know who you were
purple
talking
pants.
to, did you?
I'm angry now. Leaves to go change, comes back, gets back on the table.
But
I'm
backtracking,
Line 'em up.
tank kicking
backtracking
daughter.
to what I interrupted with.
Yeah.
There's a guy at my church named Dave Lockwood, and I can't talk to him because
yeah.
if I do, I'll go,
What's up, Dave Lockwood?
Dave Lockwood. Get back in there, Tier.
Yeah. That was when,
G. McBride. Was that who placed him?
I'm pretty sure it was Terry Crews.
Oh,
Replaced
maybe,
him.
yeah. I just assumed it was a lower budget voice actor, but yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, I think it was just because Mr. T's availability suddenly went away. Where is it, Mr. T? Is he dying? I don't like the idea that he might be dying.
He won't die.
Mr.
He's
T
for
is
tuberculosis now.
God.
I hope he doesn't have that.
Yeah, that'll be a real
totally
cruel
okay.
joke.
As we know, life likes to have ironic diseases. Hashtag Steve Jobs.
Hashtag Paul Walker.
Yeah.
Look how that's an ironic
Ironic
disease.
disease was on the most recently.
Was crashing a Porsche. It's
I want to make another Bill Cosby rape joke.
I was gonna say this was not getting monetized. I'm just not gonna worry about
Okay.
it this time.
It's not a disease. Well, raping is a disease of the mind, but Bill Cosby, the ultimate family man.
Ironic, yeah. It's
Yeah,
irony.
it's ironic that 52 people.
It's like rain.
It'd be like if Kurt Russell died and it wasn't the single coolest thing that had ever happened.
It'd be like if Steve Irwin died and didn't get killed by a crocodile.
He got killed by a stingray.
That's what he's
No.
saying.
It was ironic.
Dude,
He still
was-
got killed by
I
an
don't know.
animal,
I don't
though.
know if it was this way for you guys.
You know, with
but we're
some
the
BS,
same.
people started killing stingrays
Jay
because
Jacob
of that.
was-
I'm sorry. It
Really?
Was just because it was related. Yeah. Australians started going around killing stingrays. And
Steve
people were like,
Irwin wouldn't want
Steve
that."
Irwin would not want that, you idiots. That's so messed
Steve
up.
Irwin's
He's gonna
spirit
come-
will
he's
come
gonna-
down.
Yeah, he's
Wrestle
gonna
you to the ground. I
Yeah.
gotta say that like a wrestling promoter.
Because it's your destiny. It's coming out.
Mike comes down from Dallas's ceiling. Anyway,
Dallas is like, how did that get there?
I don't know about we're
That's Dallas cranking
we're
to bring the
the
mic.
same
right.
age, so I'm trying to test this real quick. Was Steve Irwin the first major celebrity death in your life, like he was mine? Like that really made an impact? Because he definitely was mine.
No, Ernest.
Oh, okay.
I actually didn't hear about Ernest dying until long after.
Until Toy Story 3 came out, when it became relevant.
Yeah,
to me.
yeah. Well, that's when.
Because he's.
I think it was after that. I think it was someone told
think
me
I told
really
you.
late. Maybe you
I think
did.
I remember specifically
I think
talking
you
about
broke
it.
the news to me, and it
Yeah.
broke my heart.
Well, what was your
Steve
thing?
Irwin would probably have been the first one.
I just remember that's the first death we were talking about at school.
Actually, maybe it was Mufasa.
And then it all downhill.
Well, obviously.
Right. But
Dude, don't get me started on the Lion King. I could write a 3 right. Right.
he can't write. It's the joke. Is that the joke?
No, I was gonna say write
I
a
can
3-hour
talk.
review but the video is 3 hours, but it's still just me writing the review.
You
But
just
I'm just
record
saying,
your pen
I-
and paper.
I could gush about the Lion King for 3 hours.
I think
Yeah.
it
And
sucks.
I don't meet people who the Lion King is their favorite Disney movie, but I've started
See, I don't
because you're not
think-
stopping me.
I don't think it's my favorite
did you
Disney
hear me?
movie, but I think it might be the best.
I was like, I
one.
think it sucks. You didn't say anything.
Yeah, I have to ignore it because a lot of people hate it apparently.
Why?
I've just
That
talked
doesn't
to
make any sense.
the people who have
Y'all
just,
want to
like,
start a genocide?
when people
Yeah,
have
I'm down.
polarizing opinions that it's just based on the fact that I didn't like lions when I was a kid. You know?
Wow, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
You
anyway,
deserve to be like DDT'd.
it's my favorite Disney movie, and I'm fine with people having different favorite Disney movies because it's to each their own type of stuff. It's an opinion
Sure.
on a movie.
I'm not.
But I genuinely
It's not
believe,
okay to hate Lion King.
I genuinely believe it's the best.
I think it probably actually is their best movie.
It fights with Beauty and the Beast. Because
And I think it wins. If those two are presented to me, I'm like, I think that one wins.
people
When it comes to
always-
personal stuff,
yeah, you've never seen a better completed character arc like Simba. in a
absolutely
Disney
not.
movie.
And dude, like that movie not only has like good pacing and a good script, but it has good moments.
And it's
That
got
thing that
lions.
I was thinking about this the other day.
I'm
you
gonna
can
put some
frame,
tape on Dallas's
you can
mouth
frame,
just
plus.
for now.
You can frame the perfect movie structure with 4
I'm gonna go get
iconic,
it.
like breathtaking, chill-inducing moments in The Lion King in,
Yeah.
in 4 different acts.
Yes.
Like go with the creation or the establishment of the universe where they're on top of Pride
Right.
Rock.
That was awesome. I'm getting chills just thinking about it.
Yeah, me too. The establishing of the problem, if you will, which is Simba's character flaws, which is when
Right.
Mufasa's doing the dad thing before the wildebeest stampede, and he's like, you nearly had me, scared to death, and then they start playing, and he's like, Dad, we're pals, right? And we're always gonna be together, right? And he
Yeah.
takes that moment for the life lesson.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the next one I would say is when Ghost Mufasa,
Right.
the turning point,
Yeah.
if you will. That scene, I just don't.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, you're talking about good moments. What Zack Snyder wishes he could do
Yeah.
is that superimposed double image of Simba running
Yeah.
back home. And you got the
And then-
slow motion one and then like the full motion of him like running across the plains.
A finale with 0 dialogue and complete satisfaction.
Oh my
When
gosh.
In fact, only one line.
Yeah.
It is time.
Yeah.
And he walks up and he does the roar.
Also, Rafiki being the single greatest embodiment of the trope of the wise old weirdo, giving you like this special lesson.
Yeah.
Making her a woman in
Mufasa.
Rafiki's a woman in the new one?
Suppose it's alleged.
Oh, okay.
Rafiki's played by a woman in the Broadway show.
Oh, that makes sense.
And
I
if
guess.
they're in,
I mean, I'm fun with it. I was just saying.
I wonder
Yeah.
if they're going to include
Fun fact.
some Rafiki songs because.
Are there good Rafiki songs? I don't know anything
He Lives
about
in
it.
You. It's
Wait, He Lives in You was in the
in Lion
movie.
King 2. It's also on the Broadway.
Oh,
one.
okay.
It's fantastic.
Dude,
I've
Lion
listened to
King
it,
2
like-
was ballin'. It
Yeah.
wasn't as good as Lion King 1, but that is one of
No.
Disney's best
I
sequels.
liked one and a half.
It was straight to VHS.
I did too. I actually
I
really
did.
liked
I thought
one
I
and
was
a
about
half.
to get attacked.
Yeah, no, I liked it because
I didn't as a kid, but it's good. I was mad
I
as
think-
a kid because they were attacking my favorite movie. In my mind.
Right. I like the idea of a studio being able to take what is arguably their greatest thing they've ever done and make fun of it for an hour and a half. They're the ones doing it. Them parodying it using the same. I think that's brilliant. I wish it would happen more. It would be great if you had something like. Well, the thing is, they already have this kind of happening in Beauty and the Beast, where you have like Cogsworth and them kind of commenting on what's happening.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would be as easy with Beauty and the Beast, but something like that. Do it again because it was brilliant. It was smart. And it came out right at the moment that I had discovered that I loved Ella Enchanted and Princess Bride. So I liked the kind of lampooning these things that everyone else is taking really seriously. And just the fact that it was Disney doing it to themselves was brilliant. And it was better than what they do in like Frozen and Tangled. I actually don't remember a specific case in Tangled, but in Frozen where it's like you can't marry someone or you can't marry someone you just met. Or it was like you can't love someone you just met.
I think
don't
they
know.
did it more with the Prince, or in Flynn Rider's case. With
Yeah.
Tangled.
He was almost
because he had a
kinda-
horrible name and stuff like that.
right. That stuff.
He was playing on the fact that he knows he's like a smoldering, good-looking guy.
Yeah.
Manipulate. Yeah.
I like that.
Sorry, go ahead.
He's Chuck. Zachary
Levi.
Levy.
He's
No, I wasn't
also
asking
he's
about-
also in the Thor movies.
I think he
Yeah.
may have said my point, but I can't remember.
He was in Dark World. He was a recast.
Is he going to be in? I don't know.
I haven't seen anything
out.
about it. But anyway, I think Tangled did it better just because Frozen's was almost like an offhand kind of just throwaway joke. But actually, Lion King 1.5, just doing the whole movie again and making it into a joke was just incredible.
Yeah.
That movie does not get enough credit.
No, it doesn't. And we could keep talking about that, but your favorite Disney movie is by far Disney's best mistake
Yeah.
because for quality of movie and the gap at the box office, it's
Right.
gigantic.
What's your
Yeah.
favorite?
Treasure Planet.
I borrowed that from you.
Yeah, I saw it on the
It had a massive budget,
I'll put it
and
in
they
the
were
notes.
like, "I got a great idea. Let's release it on the same day as Harry Potter." So they doomed it.
I was just about to say something.
And there was a game that came out that was awesome. It was a top-down RTS based on the Treasure Planet universe, which is an awesome universe.
Wait, to RTS?
Yeah, it was an RTS. And this was back when I loved RTSs. Like I
love
loved
RTSs
StarCraft and Homeworld, and this game was called Battle at Procyon. And
Procyon.
yeah, it just
Yon.
appears.
Yes, we did it!
What?
We've been absolved of our whiteness.
Yeah, you both did a successful high five.
Oh.
Anyway, Battle at Procyon came out. I played the demo, loved it, and we were trying to find the game. We found out it had been canceled and recalled because the movie had done so poorly that the game wasn't doing very well either. We managed to get the last copy in the state of Tennessee.
Holy Lord.
When that happened. The last one.
You're
And
officially the biggest fan in the state.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or the second.
It was
depending on
at
who got
the
it
mall.
first.
It was like a mall in Knoxville, Tennessee had the last one. They were like, yeah, we were just about to just throw them out because they weren't going to buy them back from us. Because it was after the recall had like...
It's a rescue. Your game.
Yeah, it was a rescue. We got it and it worked, and I loved that game. I think we were talking about... No, I don't have it because it didn't work on any new computers, and no one's gonna do a good old games conversion of Treasure Planet: The Battle at Procyon because it's like not only one of the most obscure Disney movies, but it was one of the most obscure video games ever
And
made.
it came in a bad time in Disney's history because Disney's always come in waves, and it came in the wrong. There's plenty of good movies in that wave too.
And the trench.
The post.
Dude, it was like
What's it called?
the Black Cauldron just came out at a trough. There's the crest and the trough.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Black Cauldron came out of a trough, and Black Cauldron is super underrated and probably their darkest animated film of that
It's
time.
absolutely their
So you
darkest.
gotta watch her.
I think it's their
I already
darkest
hit it a couple
movie.
times. I'm not doing it anymore.
At least in just theme. I don't know. I saw one
With
review
Disney's
of it.
stamp on it, maybe.
I saw a summed up review of it that just said, "Sorry, D&D wasn't great this week, guys."
But anyway, that game, we were talking about this in the Aladdin playthrough, where I was saying, like, we were both saying we probably beat this game more than any other game.
Oh,
and I was
yeah.
like, I was saying it was between Aladdin, Bayonetta 1, and Halo 1 for me. I think I beat Battle of Procyon more than any of those games.
I need to look and see if I can find it.
The ending, and it was a sequel. I think it was 5 years later.
Wait, is there going to be spoilers for Treasure Planet?
Yes, so I'm not going to say the
Okay.
spoilers, but it had a time jump.
There actually is spoilers.
And I'm going to tell you, I wanted to talk about this for a while. I love time skips where you see a main character get older. First
like
time
Spyro?
Spyro, yes. But the first time I saw...
Have you seen... Well, it won't matter. Young Justice has time jump. That's all I was going to say.
Yeah, okay.
But as long as he
Yes.
doesn't know.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yes. When Digimon did it, was the first time I saw this happen. Digimon had a time jump where the old characters, you saw them older, and I was like, this is so cool. Because this was,
My first time jump was Rugrats All Grown Up.
Yep.
So
oh yeah!
not great for me.
Wait, did that happen before? Well,
Well, the episode was good.
All Grown Up, the like extended episode was good.
That was actually called All Growed Up. Because that was
okay.
in their baby voice.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
That was actually a good kind of TV special.
It was. Battle of Procyon, anyway.
Anyway,
Digital monster.
I like... Battle at Procyon is kind of working into this greater topic,
Okay.
where I'm saying I like time skips, and I like it when... It's fine to see someone, like a character who had their arc completed, get older and be kind of disillusioned.
Not like what we were talking about earlier, where you just miss so much that you're like, where even are we anymore?
Yeah, but then, I liked in Batman Beyond where it's like, Bruce Wayne has always been grim.
Yeah.
But he always, there were points in the animated series where he has a smile on his face or will openly enjoy something for a moment. That show's amazing. But in Batman Beyond, he straight up doesn't enjoy anything anymore. And he's upset that he's old, and he's pissed that he can't stop these people. So he's going to angrily recruit this child.
Will Friedle.
Yeah, basically, to do his job for him. That's fine. But I like it when someone as a kid completes their character arc and you see them as an adult and they're a successful, cool adult. I love that.
Like Simba in The Lion King 2.
Exactly! That's exactly what I was
When you see
leading
him
to.
struggling with the same stuff as Mufasa?
Yeah.
In a different way?
And now understanding what was happening?
Yeah.
That's cool. And in Battle at Procyon, it was cool because it was like you had the coming of age young kid story, but now in the game, I'm not going to say the game's writing was as good as the movie because it's a game, but it was cool to see him working as like a ship captain, and he had like a beard and stuff, and it was the same voice actor. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't the same voice actor. It was
What a lie.
no, I can't. Some of the other characters had the same voice
I
actor.
was talking about
with you.
telling you to shut up, but you haven't spoken in so long that I felt bad.
It was a good sound alike. I'm trying to remember who it was. It might have been Max's voice actor from Goof Troop.
Oh,
Goof Troop. Ooh.
What?
He was
The
also
guy
in,
who voiced Chester?
yeah.
He's also in Lion King 2. He's Kovu. Jason
Marsden. I think
you.
it was him. It might not have been. Anyway, it was a good voice actor, and the game had great voice acting. It was the same guy that voiced John Silver.
Oh.
He is the same voice actor. Anyway, another example of that happening, and probably one of the coolest examples, was there's this game called Persona 3. I haven't actually played them, but I know a lot of the characters just from other people I've talked to about them. They're very story-based. They're kind of RPGs. But there was a fighting game that came out called Persona 4 Arena. And Persona 4 happens after Persona 3, and it has a completely different cast of characters. But in Persona 4 Arena, because it's ahead in time, they included the old characters as cooler, grown-up versions of themselves. And I remember being a kid and thinking, it would be cool to be a grown-up. Then I learned better.
Battle
What's
of
that?
Procyon is on Steam.
Are you for real?
$9.99.
I bet it's not on Mac.
I'll check.
Hold up.
Time to double boot. Anyway,
Providing more backup evidence that time jumps, when done correctly, are really cool.
the coolest thing.
Gold and silver.
Oh yeah.
The best games, arguably.
Right.
There's a lot of young YouTubers I watch who don't even... They're not... Like, the first two gens aren't even in their top, like, 3.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Because the mechanics feel so dated to them.
yeah.
They should play Heart Gold and Soul
But they also
Silver.
don't play them. They play the remakes without playing the originals.
Well, I think that's probably the best way to play
I
them
guess.
at this point. Because if you go back,
Yeah.
it's like, what is this, black and white?
I know. But anyway, the time jump that you don't even realize is there until you start interacting with stuff.
Uh-huh.
And, yeah, your universe is just slightly aged, and then at the end it pays off in the best way.
Dude, how great of a twist was it that you unlocked the entire region from Gen 1?
And then,
Yeah, and...
peaking, literally on a mountain,
Yeah.
at fighting your protagonist from the previous game.
Oh,
Gosh,
yeah.
just
I never
the
played the
coolest
Pokemon
thing.
games, but I played Red and
Yeah.
Yellow.
You fight red.
Yeah,
if
I've
you're
seen
playing
that.
gold, you fight red. If you're playing silver, you fight blue.
No.
Oh,
Blue is a gym leader.
right!
You fight red either way.
You actually fight red. Okay, yeah. Also,
Time to kick my own ass.
Do you mind?
oh yeah, from Liar Liar.
Which is an incredible movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think we
We were
talked
just
about
talking-
that
yeah.
the other day.
I don't know if
Okay.
we talked about that on the podcast.
Well,
but
we did,
definitely talked about
but-
Liar Liar. Pants
But
on.
anyway, before we...
Sort
Plants
of
for Hire,
unrelated.
SpongeBob.
What was that?
Yeah, no, I
said
Plants for Hire.
I've been playing
Yeah.
Battle for Bikini Bottom. That shit holds up. Legitimately holds up.
Yeah.
I thought he was just about to hype it up and then say, just not at all.
No, like it holds up like
Really well. Yeah.
completely at all.
Completely
I don't
at
know
all.
how to say that,
It's
but-
like if you mix Metroid Prime with Banjo-Kazooie and put it in the SpongeBob universe.
No shit. Like that's.
I am dead serious, and it is
Well, I've got it on- I'll
fantastic.
show
that
you.
is,
On
that
the
is the
laptop.
most...
And the music and
bizarre.
atmosphere is
I
uncannily
remember playing
perfect.
demos at Circuit City, pour one out for my homie.
Yeah.
And the jokes. The jokes are really funny.
But hold on, you were about to say something.
I was
before
going to
we
talk
blast
about
past it.
Pokemon. It was Sun and Moon, and you see that Blue and Red are grown up
Yeah.
and like
And
even
married.
cooler and on vacation together.
Oh, are they married?
I think they might be gay. People are actually
So the
kind
place
of,
that they're at is actually that region's version of like the battle tree where you go for like, or the battle place. It's called the battle tree. You go and have tournaments and you just like fight other characters from the game, like really strong
Okay.
characters. So
Yeah.
it's more there in that context. They tell you why they're there.
okay.
Yeah.
They're also
Sure.
totally gay because
Yeah,
the
I
way they
know.
interact. Like
I know.
Red is the silent one, and then like Blue talks for him. It's like
Yeah,
these
Blue's,
guys are gay.
Blue's Cameron from Modern Family.
Dude, I love.
He is!
Modern
I was
Family.
tying that in
I
for
need-
you.
I
That was
need
for
to-
you,
Thank you.
Dallas.
I need to
I'm
catch
glad
up.
you remember all these things I like.
I think I watched all of season 1, thought it was phenomenal, and
Dude.
I started season 2, but I think something else
Modern
sidetracked
Family is
me.
like legitimately like one of the funniest shows. Like Phil
is
Dunphy,
incredible.
I've been told I'm like a mixture of. My ex used to say I was a mixture of Phil Dunphy and Cam. Yeah, the big one, the big gay one. She's like, you're pretty much a mix of him, of them two. And I'm like, I could see that. Dude, there's one with Cam. where,
is it still on?
yeah, he's
Is
got,
it still good?
Yeah, as far as I know, I've only seen a couple of the new ones, but
All right.
Cam's
well,
got like a package in his hand, and he's like, I wonder what it is. And his what's the other one's name? His husband,
Mitch? Is that it? No. What's his name?
Mitchell. Yeah.
Mitchell. Okay, that's why I didn't recognize it when I said Mitch.
Yeah, maybe it's Mitchell. But he's like,
Never
he's
mind.
like, Cam's like, I wonder what it is, and Mitchell's like, shake it, and Cam's just like,
Yeah, he does an actual dance.
Starts
his little
dancing,
jig.
and he's just like, the package, Cam. And Cam's just like,
Yeah.
dude. There's another one where he's just like, Mitchell makes him mad because he like doesn't believe in his dream or whatever he's doing.
Oh yeah.
And,
That's like 20 episodes.
Yeah, and Cam's
Yeah.
just like, he's like, you cut my wings, of which you used to be the air beneath.
That is totally something you would say.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Anyway, what were we going to after Pokemon? Are you talking about Battle for Bikini Bottom? Actually, what was Pokemon related? Oh, it was the time
Time
skip
jump.
thing.
Time, Oh, I just said time jump.
Yeah, time jump.
That's how we go to sleep.
That was an inside joke back in the day. It was instead of good night, because we saw this thing, it was like, we're going to leap forward in time. That's the coolest way to contextualize going to sleep. So it was like, time jump instead of good night.
Yeah.
I just view it as like not suffering for a little bit.
I'm probably going to cut that out.
We don't want you to think Dallas has feelings.
Right.
If
Because
anything-
this is how we fix the
Actually,
problem.
we can turn this as a positive. For only 10 cents a day.
You can help save a Dallas in your community.
it's not worth it. Don't do it.
Don't listen to him. He could use that money. An entire 10 cents? I could trade that for a
Nickel.
Trade it for a nickel. The exchange rate in this place.
The nickel's bigger. It'll sell for more.
There's more material that can be harvested.
Good news. I
Yeah.
found a nickel.
Guys,
I named my nickel Phillip. What's the bad news?
It's a
Nickel. That game was good too.
that game? I thought that was a show.
Parent- no, Fairly Odd Parents. There was the Shadow Showdown and
I never played any of those.
shit, what was the other one called?
The list I've yet to make. Top 10 cartoon dads.
Oh man, you know that one's gonna be stacked with winners.
Oh, Timmy! I'm respecting your privacy as my son, but asserting my authority as your father by coming in anyway.
I tried to do that.
Yeah, you were playing Spyro or something.
Yeah, I was trying to do that exact line and I messed it up. That's why I didn't interfere. I let you complete that because I know you can do it.
Jimbo! There's another one.
Sugar booger.
Don't tell
Maybe
me
I should
others,
mention this
but
in the podcast. Remind me to talk about a meme.
About Hugh Neutron.
Yeah.
I almost brought it up earlier.
Our
I mean, I guess we
introduction,
could because it's not us making the joke, but
the world's
Nah, let's
introduction to Hugh Neutron in the movie was him finding a duck in his cereal and then saying, "Jimmy, breakfast, time to come down, dum 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 down, quack, dum 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 quack quack."
Yeah. Same guy that made Kung Pao Enter the Fist created Hugh Neutron. So
had
you
no
know
idea about that.
it's excellent.
Apparently,
yeah.
it's getting a sequel.
yeah.
Hugh Neutron is?
No.
Hugh Neutron
Enter the
too.
Fist, Kung Pao.
Yeah, Enter the Fist is gonna get another one. If he's not involved, then
My nipples look like milk nuts.
We trained him wrong on
I'm
purpose.
Ling's father. Oh dear. Go watch Kung Pao Enter the Fist. Why have you not seen it? if you
Swinging
haven't?
my chain.
Swinging the chain.
the chain.
I've got two options. Option A, incapacitate him with a spinning back kick. Or option B, do nothing and get hit with his chain. Oh, should have gone with option A.
I'm lost in cartoon dads right now. Sorry.
He was
Father
just,
from Kids Next Door needs to be on that.
oh yeah, he
list.
was spooktacular.
Grandpa.
I finally
Grandpa
watched more
Phil
of it, by the
from
way.
Hey Arnold counts. Absolutely.
The voice of number one voices Joseph Joestar in season 2 of
What?
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
I have a plan. Run away.
Yeah, that's number one.
Did you ever watch Operation Zero from Kids Next Door?
I did
the
not.
finale.
No, I didn't. I've heard about it. I heard it's excellent. I've heard
Primo.
it's like Titans in Tokyo excellent.
Yeah, it
Like-
is. There's just a moment.
Guess who hasn't seen Teen Titans?
Well, it's a cartoon.
Oh, it's
I've
good.
seen cartoons. I've seen.
Tell me about your favorite episode of Gravity Falls.
My favorite episode of Gravity Falls is the one where the grandpa does the thing. There's the monster with the portal, and then they do the
You already
time.
messed it up. It's not even a grandpa.
The uncle.
Grandpa.
Grunkle, yeah.
Ah, stupid, beautiful men always eating out of my trash. Wait,
I didn't need to watch Gravity
Wait,
Falls.
what? Yeah, you really do.
There was something someone
With-
was comparing Gravity Falls with, and it made me immediately not want to watch. Oh, Steven Universe.
With Sterling
Oh
Stupid
god, no.
Burgess as
They're-
the
they have
Duchess.
nothing in common.
They were like, it's just like Steven Universe, and I was like, then
It's a
I will
completely different
never watch
format,
it.
too.
That's what they said.
No, Steven Universe is constructed to go on forever like a shonen show, like Dragon Ball Z or Naruto. Gravity Falls was written with the ending in mind, and it ends in 2 seasons. With no loose
Oh,
ends.
good.
Gravity Falls is one of those things, like, you have memories from childhood because of the just like insane impact
strangeness.
that they just hit you with.
The strangeness of living.
You remember more stuff as an adult because you're just an adult with a developed mind, not because it hit you so hard. But I remember Gravity Falls entering my life like a child. Like, I just remember the feelings when we were watching it for the first time.
I thought you were going to say that Gravity Falls actually effectively recreates a lot of the feelings of being a kid.
It does.
In ways that stuff that I've only seen, like The Sandlot and, like, Stand By Me do, where it's like, no, this is scary.
I've got all the episodes of Gravity Falls on the hard drive in this bag right here, if you want it, Dallas.
Legally
Just saying.
obtained, and I will also legally obtain them.
Yeah, I work for... No, I don't.
I work for Disney.
I work for...
That's going to get me in more
Yeah, it was
trouble if
Disney
I say
XD.
that.
It was on Disney Channel, but then
Got canceled twice.
it got canceled twice because it got canceled from Disney, got moved to Disney XD. Then it got canceled, and they're like, "Oh, we can't finish it." And the entire world was like, "We will have we'll have our hands around your neck, Disney Channel, if you don't bring this back." I got flustered. I got really emotional.
That Always Sunny episode I was talking about, he's like trying to direct a play, and like they keep like wanting to change it and change their lines and shit. And Charlie's just like, "No, I've had it up to here. I've had it up to here."
But they
Yeah.
Fireflied it because it was important.
Well, you mean the opposite of Firefly?
Well, Firefly got a movie.
As in they got a movie.
Oh,
As
yeah,
in
yeah, yeah, got Serenity.
The
Yeah,
fans
yeah.
fought and got its closure.
Yeah,
They went
the amount of
beat up the executives.
We actually haven't spent time together since season 2 of Gravity Falls even started.
You're right. Yeah.
And I haven't seen you since I was fat.
There's a very
while ago.
stark difference between season 1 and season 2.
I'll tell you what, if anyone's fat...
Season 1 is like very comedy based, while season 2 wastes 0 time.
I would argue that.
Really?
I think season 2 actually has plenty of filler episodes in the middle. I think
Maybe it's just because they throw something in there to contribute to the plot that I...
Yeah, I think it's... Well, see, I don't have any problem with the funny filler. I thought it was excellent. It was all fantastic.
Funny filler in this season is stuff like the Gulf War, which slowly builds Pacifica's character throughout the season.
I guess
I'm
you're
sorry,
right.
the Gulf War is in
Gulf War.
Oh,
Do you
okay.
get it? It's a pun.
Yes, I get it now, but I
Dude,
thought you said golf. I was
Darkest
like,
joke in the show came from that episode with
Yeah.
Big Henry, the golf ball.
Oh, yeah! Okay,
ruin
let's not spoil it.
Yeah,
but
sorry.
I was going to say that I think you maybe forget that some of it felt slow, and I was frustrated at one point.
Season 2?
Yeah, in season 2, because, like, Nick Offerman's character is introduced.
And then
Wait.
And then, sorry.
I don't mean to interrupt the
I'm not-
podcast, but
I'm
I
not
actually
even
don't
spoiling
know.
it. I'm not
I
even
know, but I
spoiling
just...
it.
Okay.
Nick Offerman is in the show. He's introduced. He seems important. And then he disappears for a good long while.
See, that's the problem with... Because Alex Hirsch got a lot of like good voice actors to just voice characters that he
just
wanted to.
one-off people,
like Nathan
yeah.
Fillion.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be a big
Preston,
deal.
not a huge character.
He
but
had some of them. Never mind. He had the most horrifying...
You're right.
Our faces, we just got actually scared remembering the
Because
moment.
we remembered something
Yeah.
from the finale.
One of the single most horrifying part of that show happens to Nathan Fillion's character.
Go ahead and describe what happens because you can't
don't.
you can't picture it appropriately. Don't worry.
I'm
No?
not. Because I think the shock of not expecting that at all helps
Just
the
speaking
effect.
of shock and animated shows, this is going to be a shitty transition. And I don't like Adventure Time, but there's an episode where they
Neither
help,
do we.
they help like the elephant lady thing, like find her like
the
apple
old
or
lady,
something.
yeah.
No.
Oh, she
It's
talks like an old
It's
lady.
like an elephant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember that episode where they like help her go and get her like apple?
Yes, I do remember that, yeah.
And then she like eats it and is like she just poofs out of existence, and they're just like staring, and it just goes off. Dude, I thought that was hilarious. That's like one of the. I was like, oh, that's the first episode I saw.
To
So I was like,
clarify-
oh, this show is great, and then I watched it. And
To
I was
clarify,
like,
I watched the entirety of season 1 of Adventure Time and halfway through season 2 before I was like, "This is not for me. I can't handle
Yeah,
this."
I did.
So I gave it a good, honest shot. A whole season. I don't really give anyone a whole
is
season.
fun.
The first season was kind of detached and serialized, and I was okay with that.
How do you feel about regular show?
Never watched it.
Oh, for real?
Oh wait, I watched the short that it's based on.
Oh yeah, 2 in the AM PM.
The
That was one of those
creators- the
things
creators,
that Patrick introduced to us at around 3 AM. One of those.
It's kind of like
nights.
I guess it's the modern Ren and Stimpy because it's not intended for a kid audience and yet it got one.
The creators have a new show for adults.
Have we talked about that?
That's targeted.
It's called Close Enough. It's basically regular show, but without a filter.
Alex Hirsch was supposed to have some sort of adult targeted show on
Good.
Fox that was going to be animated.
I think that's what they realized.
But I
that
guess
adults
he's-
are fans of those shows, and then so they're like, "We'll just target."
Yeah, I was talking about this with.
We're not technically millennials.
We technically are. Okay.
Millennial. It starts at like 1998.
No,
That is not true.
It
I'll look
ends
it up.
at like 1998.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, dude.
But also, it's so vague on like where the actual stopping and starting
the last
is.
time I- the
It's
one-
almost as if it doesn't matter.
90s kids is absolutely millennials. Like, that's absolutely that generation.
But I prefer that moniker, thank you. 90s kids.
I'm fine with either. I don't give a crap.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's weird.
But what was I talking about? I lost my
don't
train
know.
of thought. We were talking about regular show.
Yeah. I was going to go back to Gravity Falls, so you keep on regular show.
Oh, we were talking about... Oh, okay. Me and Wesley were talking about all the new shows. Like Final Space, there was...
Oh, okay.
Close Enough was coming out. And then I was like, is TBS making an animation push?
Is Close Enough going to be on TBS?
Yeah.
Oh.
And
It looks hilarious. To like the
it
hug
looks so
dude.
good.
There's like this guy.
You should
that's
watch the
got, like-
trailer.
yeah, he's got like his license plate. And it's HUGD1CK. And then he's
thought
just
it was huge
He's
dick.
like it's huge
They're
dick,
like-
and he's like hug is or huge is spelled with an E, and he's just like, damn it! And he like walks off, and she's like, see you later, hug dick.
Yeah. But I was like, is TBS making an animation push? And then I was like, Wesley said, are we in kind of a silver age of animation right now? And I'm like, no, because Cartoon Network and Nick at large are in shambles right now. But he was like, but it might be coming in the form of adult cartoons that are being targeted at the people who enjoyed old Cartoon Network shows, because Samurai Jack came back with an insanely high budget, like for just 10 episodes. Like
the Silver Age comes before a Golden Age, so
Oh,
we
it
could
does?
very
I thought
well.
it was after the fact.
Okay, so I'm going off the Disney scale. Golden Age is first, then it... Okay.
Comics is Silver Age, Golden Age.
Oh.
Oh, you're right. No, you're right. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Doing
okay.
gold, then silver,
Never
then
mind.
bronze.
Maybe we're in the Golden Age.
Between gold and silver.
The Golden Age was the late 90s and early 2000s for cartoons. That was when Dexter's Lab, Powerpuff Girls, Johnny Bravo.
You don't think like just Looney Tunes
Samurai
and Mickey
Jack?
Mouse?
I would say
like,
that.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, that was definitely the Golden Age.
Because Golden Age
Shit,
is
we're like in the Bronze Age.
foundational stuff.
Yeah.
I would call the 90s the Renaissance, even for cartoon shows.
Yeah.
Just because
You're
that's
just a '90s kid. You even wear a shirt.
I think he's-
Jacob, you're not full of me, you millennial.
Full of me.
fooling me.
You're gonna
fooling
be full
me.
of
Yeah,
me.
I misheard him because he's a
I'm gonna
pumpkin
fill
too.
you.
Hey, you're a pumpkin.
Okay.
I'm gonna bumpkin you.
He says in the middle of nowhere as the crickets overpower any car sounds that could be going by. But anyway,
I did try to record.
it's
a
great
song.
as a sound room.
No,
though.
I tried to record a song out on my porch one time.
Yeah.
And I did it, and all you can hear is crickets just like going at it, like they're just trying to get laid.
If we get murdered, it'll be documented. He'll be
Yo.
caught.
Almost.
Me?
We got a mic.
It's live, yo.
Oh, if I kill you, no one will catch you.
If you would catch me,
If you hear us getting
Yeah.
murdered, tweet at.
if you killed me, I don't think
If you
I don't
tweet
think anyone would
that
catch
they're
me.
getting murdered, I will murder you.
I will find you.
Oh, I want to mention something because before we get way too far past Treasure Planet.
We were talking about the ages.
Okay, but hold on.
That was 45 minutes.
I know, but
Okay, go for it, go
Atlantis.
We'll have to break. this up.
Yo, Atlantis was ballin'.
Okay, hold on. Do we want to finish our Silver Age and then
Hold
jump
on.
on Atlantis?
I
'Cause
need
I
to-
haven't seen Atlantis.
I need to time out on Atlantis just so you know. I have not seen it.
I haven't
I
either.
was going to watch it this week because it's on Netflix. But
It is?
I ran out of time.
Guys,
No,
Are we watching this tonight?
I'll probably fall asleep.
Atlantis
Okay, never
is
mind.
Joss Whedon's first great ensemble.
I didn't know he did it, but
He wrote it.
I have another. No, I raised my. I
wrote
brought
Toy
this part of
Story.
this is mine. Damn it.
He wrote Toy Story. That's true.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. But did he direct Toy Story?
No,
did
but
not.
He wrote the characters into
Did
existence.
he direct?
I didn't say that he ever wrote.
Oh,
so
okay.
that distinction was made. What was
He
your
also
thing?
wrote Titan AE.
Mike
didn't he?
Mignola, the creator of Hellboy.
I would argue Titan AE is not as good as an ensemble as it is as an actual hero's
I've never
journey.
seen it.
Haven't
Yo, guys, watch Titan AE in Atlantis. What's up?
Mike Mignola, the creator of Hellboy, was the original concept artist for Atlantis, and they still
Oh,
use
that's
some of
cool.
his designs.
Yeah, that would explain some of the
Like-
the creature designs.
They just released some of his.
It's very Hellboy.
Guillermo del Taco.
They just released some of his, which you can post some of these, but like that was like.
You'll
some
have
of
to
his
send
original.
them to me. Yeah, I know. Wow, that's exactly his art
they
style.
decided,
I don't know
like-
why I never noticed that.
This is also my art.
Do you
style
wanna
I've
include
determined
these in
because
the
I'm
video?
good at copying it? And I was like, I'm just going to use this.
Wow.
But yeah, that was the original. Like
It's absolutely OG Hellboy.
that'd be
Like,
incredible. Like I'd love to see that.
Anyway, okay, so Atlantis is his third great ensemble that he's ever written.
And then
Also, go
Buffy.
watch Titan AE.
You can like Atlantis more than Toy Story if you want as an ensemble.
As an ensemble, I like Atlantis more.
controversial opinion.
What?
No, he already said it earlier.
What?
He doesn't think Toy Story is that great.
I didn't say it today though.
Oh, well, he has to say it every day.
Toy Story's
just to make sure everyone knows.
No,
Toy Story's,
no,
he has to say he doesn't like Toy Story.
It's
He has
not
to
that I
say
don't think it's great.
Game of Thrones is a great show.
It is a great show. It's not that I don't think it's great. I like it. I like the second one. I wasn't emotionally invested in them.
That's okay.
Like when the
Yeah.
third one came out, I was like, "This is good."
Again,
The third one really rests on you having.
it does.
Yeah,
And also,
this is what
here's
I
my
figured out.
thing. And if I'm of the opinion that if you can't criticize your favorite stuff, you don't deserve to have it.
I'm about to bring us way back, son.
Okay,
Hold up.
but wait. I'm gonna have something that doesn't take us that far back at all.
They wasted Buzz Lightyear
It's a quick
in
point.
Toy Story 3.
They wasted.
They made him Spanish.
I know.
Okay.
The only time they
didn't have any
didn't waste Buzz
criticism.
Lightyear
I was just yelling at you.
in the third one was near the very end,
Yeah.
where he's actually Buzz Lightyear again.
Yeah.
I remember the bear.
Lots
That
of
was a good villain.
Yeah. It was a little it was kind of similar to Stinky Pete,
Yeah,
but not exactly, you know.
kind of a similar.
And a very
origin.
different environment, so I think it meshed
Yeah.
well.
Anyway,
Go.
what's up, Dallas?
Remember when we talked about Logan? I love
Jesus
Logan.
Christ.
I love Logan. It was in my top 5.
Yeah,
But
okay.
That movie.
It's in my top 5
That
too.
movie rests not completely, but like 50% of the emotional burden on that movie rests on the fact that you watched Hugh Jackman
Yeah.
growing
Yeah,
up.
it does.
I think if you
absolutely.
had never seen the X-Men movies and you just watched it, it'd be like,
You would again be wildly confused.
Yeah,
if you watch
well,
any X-Men movie,
well,
you'd be wildly
I'm not so
confused.
sure because, like we said, I don't think Logan really rests on
I
its
think it's a-
connections to the universe. I think it
Yeah.
rests on that relationship, and I think Logan can actually work cold,
In fact,
my opinion,
but-
as a Western.
but spoiler, it does, but you miss all of Professor Xavier's art. If you don't know the X-Men and you don't know that
I
he...
guess.
Because he kills all the X-Men.
Well,
I guess.
but honestly, if you don't know anything about the universe going into Logan, this is a weird scenario. I don't know that this actually happened. It probably did with some grandpa. Anybody
grandpa.
who had to take his kid to see it. Why are you taking your kid to see Logan? Bad Grandpa. That's a show, movie. Ah! What have I done?
Continue!
Welcome to Jackass. I'm Johnny
You're not,
Knockoff.
you're not looking for it, so you're just taking what they give you and trying to piece something together, and you probably piece together the right picture. in
I
that
think
case.
my point stands that Logan's gooey center is the emotional connection between Logan and X-23.
Right, yeah.
Or Laura. They don't call her X-23, do they?
They call her X-23.
That's just...
But,
Oh, okay.
But again,
Logan and
But
Laura.
no, I think it's in the footage you see X-23.
but again,
Oh, okay.
it helps if you've taken this journey with Hugh Jackman.
Absolutely, it helps.
yeah.
And
like,
I think
when I was at the end, I
Toy
was
Story
like,
3, it helps. I think Toy Story 3
yeah.
on its own is still a pretty solid
And-
story, but it doesn't hit you like a ton of bricks unless you were there with it at the right time.
Right.
Which is another reason why I think I can't enjoy FLCL. FLCL was a short miniseries. It was an
Fooly Cooly.
anime.
It's an anime.
Yeah, Fooly Cooly. But
I haven't seen it.
It
We talked
was
about
on
last time.
Toonami, apparently, at the perfect time in a lot of people's lives, people that are our age. At the time that it was on, because it was a coming-of-age story about puberty, and it was like, it's extremely like artistic and like crazy and kind of hard to follow because of how strange it is. But for people who try and watch it now that are our age, they're apparently not getting it because I can't get it. I can't get into it. And there's 2 more seasons coming, so it's like, why do it now? Is it going to be the right time, or maybe is this going to be a new generation's,
Yeah.
kind of experience with it? But that's like one of those things where it's like you had to have been the right age at the right time.
And Dallas was the right age. I'm sorry you missed out because we're lucky enough to be the perfect age for Toy Story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, we literally graduated with Andy.
yeah. At the exact same. It was crazy. I
It
didn't
might
realize
have
I was.
been a year off, but yeah.
No, that was like the year I was going to college.
No, because it came out summer of 2010. We would have been starting our senior year.
Oh,
So it felt like it, but you know.
yeah. It felt like I was leaving. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I was
Yeah,
moving on.
I just wasn't. I don't know. When I was a kid, I was watching. I had a really weird like childhood when I like.
Yeah, he did.
I grew up like watching like Nightmare on Elm Street, and,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Friday the 13th. Like I wasn't a big like cartoon movie. I like for a long.
It's weird
time,
that I consistently make friends with people like you, and I was totally not allowed to see them. Because
Yeah.
my house was actually, it was very strict on that kind of, we didn't even allow R-rated stuff into our house for a while, and the first one was Saving Private Ryan, and my dad realized he showed that to me too early, because that first scene, my dad's like, it's historical,
Right,
it'll maybe be educational. Well, he knew it was fictional, he knew it wasn't a true story, but it was that kind, it gives you context and this thing that maybe you need to know about. The Normandy scene, my dad was like, this is a bad idea. Because it is so real and shocking.
Yeah,
And
like when that dude is like the medic.
Takes off
it
his
is
helmet.
worse than
Yeah.
any slasher because it is extremely real.
Yeah. Well, that's what I love about. I think that's what like when Nightmare on Elm Street never like scared me. The first one did.
The first one actually.
The other
is
ones
really
didn't
scary.
because it's just like
It's comical.
prime time, bitch, and he like pulls her head into like the TV, and I'm like, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it became really silly.
Like I like cheering when they're dead, like when they die. Like that's what I want you go to
Because
see.
That is a
it's-
weird childhood.
It's pulpy nonsense, though.
But also,
So it's not as
it.
traumatizing as something like,
Pulpy
Saving Private Ryan.
nonsense, you say.
He's pointing at his Pulp
It's
Fiction
Pulp Fiction
poster.
poster, yeah.
I have one, and it's the best one, and you don't.
I
have
didn't
it.
see Pulp Fiction until I
Same.
was 18 years old.
Same.
Same.
No, I was.
No,
it was
a little
later.
younger.
I was 20.
Really? Wow.
I have a Pulp Fiction tattoo, but I didn't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, once you see it, you know.
Yeah.
This is the best there's ever been.